Slabber. I'm the RGM for Asia, Australasia and the Middle East for South African tourism. And we're absolutely thrilled to be back in Delhi today. We've had an awesome roadshow up to now. And we're really, really happy with the Indian contribution to the South African tourism numbers.
Hello, I'm Alpa Jani, Acting Hub Head for India, Middle East and Southeast Asia. And this is one of my biggest and the best trade projects in the Indian market, and we are so excited to see the numbers that we are getting from Delhi over here. We still have another 3 hours left, so people from Delhi, if you are in your offices and missing on South African Tourism Roadshow, you're missing something really, really nice. So get into your cars, get into your Ubers and come and meet us here at Le Méridien. We are here to meet you till 5 o'clock.
Good, ladies and gentlemen, we have two beautiful ladies from South Africa and tourism to South Africa. Oh, we have some guests from Mauritius watching this live. Fabulous, thank you very much, Joshen Delawan from Mauritius. We talked to first Hanneli. Han, tell us about South Africa globally. How has been, it has been performing in the international markets?
We've had a really, really good year. Last year, January to November, we had 9.4 million international trips coming into South Africa. And the UNWTO is predicting that we're going to have a nice increase on our contribution to the South African economy. Currently, we're contributing just over 9% direct and indirect, and 1.5 million jobs to the South African economy. Tourism is a pillar of the South African economy. We contribute more to it than gold, so we're really excited about seeing what contribution we can make in the future.
Fabulous. And Alpa, about the Indian market, how it has been behaving now?
Indian market is performing very well. We had 89,882 people Indians coming to South Africa.
89,000?
882. That's around 90,000.
90,000 approximately Indian guests going there.
Yes, Indians.
All right.
From January 2017 to November 2017. But what Indians, is just not about the arrivals. Like Hanneli mentioned, that one of our objective is also job creation.
Right.
And the Indians, when they travel, they do a lot of activities. They are on the go. They do almost 10 activities in a day, and that's where that's a very important aspect for us, because that's what creates jobs. That's what helps the SMMEs, and that's why India is a very, very important market to us.
Fabulous. Han, when we talk about South African tourism, 2017 has been a good year or a stagnant year for you? Globally?
Globally, it has been a good year. We've recovered completely from the Ebola crisis that we had the year before, which, of course, we were all very, very taken aback that we got, people have a challenge on African geography. Africa is not a country, it is a continent. So I think that was a big lesson that all of us learned after that. So we had a really, really good year, and we're looking at a really, really good year coming in 2018. When we look at forward bookings, they are looking really strong from across the globe.
But what South Africa actually has to offer? I mean, what is it offering to international clients?
What do we not have to offer? We have 60,000 registered products in South Africa, and that is everything from hotels to activities to restaurants. We have over 4,000 separate adventure activities that is now listed on our database. So there is definitely something for everybody to do anywhere in the country, and there is a lot to do in various price ranges, which makes it really easy for travelers to plan their trip. The other thing, of course, is that the proximity in South Africa, specifically if you're used to living in India and used to Indian traffic, it's really special when you can travel 15 or 20 minutes to get from one activity to the other one. So there's a lot you can do in a really close proximity.
In the last 7 years, during your tenure to the Indian market, now you're missing India, I'm sure. And how do you feel, how the progress has been there for the Indian market to South Africa?
Look, India's done really well. Between 2009 and 2014, 2013, end of 2013, we doubled up numbers, coming from India to South Africa. We've had a couple of challenges. Like I said, 3 years ago, we had Ebola, which really hit us out of nowhere because we were 4,500 miles away and didn't expect people to associate us with us. That was then followed up with demonetization the next year.
Yeah.
So last year we thought, we have the perfect product, we have the perfect permutations for India, we've done the perfect adaptation, the perfect price, and then we had GST.
I'm sure from the Ministry of, Finance Ministry would be looking at this.
like really saying, please, can we have a quiet year, on the legislation fronts this year? Because we have everything so perfectly. We've worked for 7 years to get it really right so that we have the exact right product. If you do come to the roadshow here, where people that have the opportunity to go to any of the other days, you will see it's different product that we sell in Delhi to what we sell in Kolkata.
Exactly.
We have tailor-made it for that specific areas, Indian travelers. So it's not just tailor-made for India, it's tailor-made for New Delhi. It's tailor-made for Gujarat. You have to come and see it. And
Exactly.
it's perfect. So we're hoping for a really, really good year.
Alpha, coming to the Indian market 2018, how do you view that? What new products do you offer? And to people traveling to South Africa this year?
First, let me answer your question on Hanneli, missing India. But more than that, India misses Hanneli
Yes.
a lot. Yes, and I also want to let you know that after we're done with this, I want you to go live on the workshop as well and see and show the people how buzzing it is and the stands that we have.
I would be there shortly, witnessing all the 60 participants this time.
Yes.
Oh, fabulous. That's been, I think, the biggest one so far.
Yes. Amongst the other NTOs, I think yes, we are one of the biggest.
Yeah, it's the biggest NTO roadshow in India. It is not the biggest one that we've had. We always do India Daily plus 2 cities. So we can literally take as many product as the biggest hall in the smallest city can accommodate. So we would love to have 200 products on the floor. We could put 200 products on the floor in terms of interest.
You never know, Hanneli. Next time we'll book the Pragati Maidan and have so many products.
Well, that's under renovation for the time being. Yes, we had started there, but then definitely for 2018 South African tourism, what new things you have to offer to the Indian
Coming
travelers
back
there?
to that question, we are going to continue our efforts on marketing South Africa as an adventure destination and wildlife, because these are the biggest 2 draw cards for the Indian market. And considering the fact, like I mentioned to you earlier, Indian want to do a lot of activities, so we are going to concentrate on activities.
What has been what will be the focus here? What will be the focus for this year?
Adventure and wildlife.
Adventure and wildlife.
Yes.
And can you define briefly what kind of adventure and wildlife you are trying to attract for the Indian clients?
So there are a lot of bucket list items that Indians want to do when they are in South Africa. Go shark cage diving and come up close and personal with the great white sharks.
I did cover that.
Jump the highest commercial bridge bungee in the world.
You swim with the sharks there?
You are in the cage.
You are in the cage. You can't swim with the great whites, but closer to Durban, you do have activities where you can scuba dive and not swim with the great whites, though.
I get a comment, beautiful personalities for the ladies. Fabulous. And MICE plays a very important role internationally and domestically. I'll come back to you on that.
Definitely. We have a National Convention Bureau inside of South African Tourism. They're one of our own business units, and they have worked out really incredible support for anybody doing mass movements to South Africa. So the support starts in the bidding process and goes right through to everything from spouses programs to making sure that you get as many delegates as possible attending your international conferences.
It says the excellent, wonderful interview going on. Thank you so much, Balbir Singh. We talked to Alpha on the MICE trends for the Indian market.
Yes, National Convention Bureau, as Hanneli mentioned, does a lot of support services to my segment throughout the world. We have Meetings Africa that happens every year in February. It's a mega event where it's focused completely on MICE, and there are a lot of trade even from India that are attending Meetings Africa. Over and above that, they have excellent packages that they can give incentives, incentives to the corporates that can attract them to convert South Africa as the
Would you, eyeing numbers in terms of, are you really looking at numbers coming up there, and is it luxury market or is the common market you're looking at?
Well, I'll take the airlift and I'll leave the segmentation to Alpa. Airlift, I think if you speak to any kind of National Convention Bureau, we will tell you that, or any National Tourism Board, that we never have enough seats. You know, all of us want more seats, all of us want more planes to go. So we have a very, very clear airlift strategy. And on our airlift strategy, it starts with the incentives that we can offer from our airports itself to a strategy of support from the Tourism Board, where we're saying to you, if you're going to flying to South Africa, you're not alone in this whole thing. If the announcement is coming, the whole idea is that if we get any of the airlines announcing that they're flying in June, is to make sure that the first 3 months they are flying full before they've even announced the flight. So there's a very big trade support and packaging support that we're putting around it. We are keeping a keen eye on anybody ordering wide-bodied aircraft, because that would obviously show the intention to fly long haul. We had preliminary talks with Air India and expressed interest there to work with them on the route. You know, India at the moment, you know, we're waiting to see what the government's going to do, if it's a breakup or if they're going to keep them as is. We will really work with any airline that has got aircraft that they want to put on a long haul route, and we can upfront say that, you know, we will support the efforts, we will work with you to make sure that it is incredibly profitable.
And for
segmentation.
You? Yes.
Yes. With regards to segmentation, like I said, MICE is very big, 33%. Leisure forms around 26% of our total Indian arrivals. Out of leisure, we've seen a lot of families travel to South Africa, because South Africa is a destination that has something to offer for everyone. You know, there's nightlife, there's wildlife, there is shopping, there is scenic beauty, there is adventure, and there's something to do for your children, there's something to do for your grandparents. So it's a multi-generation family destination. But over and above that, we are seeing a very huge spike in honeymooners, because you know, the marriages in India are you know, sometimes so much like arranged marriages, and they want to go to South Africa and experience I don't know, probably Shark Cage dive and see your spouse do different activities and try and understand your spouse in a different way. So yes, we are seeing a spike in adventure as well. Millennials is one segment that is increasing quite a bit as well.
Thank you very much, ladies, and really we had a wonderful time with you. Just to add up one more thing quickly, South Africa is doing pretty well in terms of tourism trends, and they have really maintained very well, even during demonetization and GST processes being there, but they have done up really very, very good. All the very best to South Africa. Chalo South Africa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry to make you wait so